acting career had lulled itself into a slump over which I felt I had no control. My agents called me the third callback queen. That means the audition. Compete with about 35 to 50 other actors going out for the same part. Wait by the phone. If they like you, call back one. 10 to 20 hopefuls called back to read for producers and directors who are judgy McJudges, who go over every inch of you with a fine-tooth comb. Call back two. 5 to 7 actors. I am excited but guarded. Call back 3. 2 or 3 actors, the same judgy McJudges. At this juncture, I'm planning which bills to pay first and who I'm going to celebrate with, if I get the part. Now lately, my mantra had become, she's too pretty. She is not pretty enough. She's too ethnic. She's not ethnic enough. She's talented, yes, but gosh, we just don't know what to do with her. Ouch. My long-held dream of being a Broadway actress and movie star was hurting my feelings. I had to do something, anything. I had to come at my lackluster career from a new perspective. Now, how could I do that? What was next for me? Well, take a break from auditioning. Okay, that was a no-brainer. But then what? My acting coach, the Gordon Hunt, said I should stretch myself personally and professionally by doing the hardest, scariest thing I could think of. Something I'd never done before and would be a failure at doing. Yeah, it has to be really, really hard, fraught with failure. I know, I'll choose something from one of those most terrifying things to-do lists. 1, singing in public. I could sing the Star-Spangled Banner in center field at the opening of a Dodgers game, but I hated sports, so that didn't feel like a fit. Public speaking. Well, I was an actor. I already felt comfortable in front of the likes of you, in front of an audience. No, it had to be something tougher, more difficult, something so terrifying that most people say they would throw up, get a mobilizing stage fright, even black out before doing it. There it is, number 3. Stand-up comedy. I'll be a terrible stand-up comedian, and that will help my self-esteem. And then my friends, actors, improvisers, comedians, they started in on me. They yelled at me, lambasted me, said I couldn't tell a joke if my life depended on it. True. And even if I laughed at a joke, someone told me, I couldn't retell it. I'd start with the punchline, turn it into a story, get lost in the middle. So, then they said, don't do it. You'll fail. Are you crazy? You should stand in front of a moving train. At least you'll die fast and quick. Stand in front of an audience with flop sweat, being heckled and no laughs. That's a painful, slow death from which you will never recover. Rahla, you're funny in real life. Isn't that enough? You can tell a funny story, but stand up. You are a sadist. They were all missing the point. I was going to do stand-up comedy to understand who I really was. I would become my own science project, my own petri dish, find out what I was really made of. I knew that my learning curve would be risky and intense. I discovered quickly that my fear was a moment-by-moment experience, and lots of moments strung together could be called scared shitless. But for some crazy reason, I liked this feeling. I liked the unknown of it thing. I knew what was behind me, ouching from the word no. But in front of me, well, that would be temporary ouching, temporary uncertainty, temporary insanity, temporary risk, temporary failure. I was now a temp, and that was something to be proud of. Because being a temp was the other sought-after job other than waiter or waitress that actors coveted more than anything. Done and done. When I told my story from my life, people always laughed. So that's what I decided I would do. I would tell stories from my life that had the sound of comedy, the sound of a joke. Yeah, it would have that bump thing, and I'd fool the audience into thinking I was doing stand-up comedy. I had everything to lose and nothing to gain. Perfect. Again, the negativity from my friends. Don't do it! You'll regret it. Stand-up is a guy's guy game. You're too girly and pretty to be stand-up funny. Once I committed to my decision, the universe begged me in every way possible to reconsider my choice. Nope, I had to toughen up, get a thicker skin, not take my no business career that was my show business career so personally. So off I went to the dirty train wreck in Pacoima. 6 tables, 3 drunks passed out on the floor, 1 hooker dancing on the bar, 3 cocktail waitresses dressed as cowgirls that had been hung up wet and lips smacked dry, token laughing. Another night I drive to Lompoc and the comedy toilet. I get heckled by 2 drunk Anderson pea soup plant managers, laughed with 2 cocktail waitresses moonlighting from their day jobs at Walmart, and made friends with 17 cockroaches in the ladies' room. And on I went. All I needed was a microphone and a postage stamp-sized stage. Hey, my father was a proctologist, butt doctor to the stars. Hey, what's a Beverly Hills proctologist called? Goldfinger. My dad had his finger on the pulse of this town. But I want to tell ya, my jeans were so tight, my boyfriend said, I'm in the wrong place. My boyfriend said, hold on. This is what happens when you drop your, all right. Well, my boyfriend said, because I'm just going to remember what he said. He said that my jeans were so tight that I had a bad case of camel toe. And I had not heard that term before, so he said, okay, Rahla, the outline of your vagina is showing. And then he said, your jeans are so tight that your butt looks like your jeans are bubble wrap. Okay, so where am I? All right. There we go. Perfect. But now I was percolating with a grand plan. I wanted to tell stories that inspire, teach, help people, and are funny. I wanted to stand on a stage with a microphone and make people laugh, cry, feel, and heal. Stand-up comedy was my most difficult and treasured teacher. My Obi-Wan Kenobi, my Yoda, my Steve Martin, my Shecky Green, my Phyllis Diller, Albert Brooks, Gary Shandling, Joan Rivers, Bob Newhart, Freddie Prinz, my Gilda Radner, Billy Crystal, Jerry Seinfeld, and so many more comedy greats. I learned that I loved hearing the laughter, and I loved making people laugh, and I loved to laugh a lot. I did stand-up comedy for nearly 2 years, and I met lots of comedians, and I dated lots of comedians. They wooed me with the usual comedy pickup lines. Hey, come back to my place. I want to show you my premise, setup, and punchline. So these comedians, well, they were the, you got it, huh? These comedians were the most neurotic, depressed bunch of oddly attractive weirdos. But I was an optimistic cheerleader. I was Annie Hall to their Woody Allen. They were iffy boyfriends at best, and definitely not husband material. Mitzi Shore invited me to do the main room at the Comedy Store once. I was so funny they forgot to laugh. But the hecklers there were much classier than the ones I'd been used to. They'd yell, "Hey, you're not funny, get off the stage and sit on my face." But I was in it for more than the laughs. And as tough as that was, it didn't hurt. I was very clear that I was doing this to discover my what next. And then I got hit by a Mack truck on La Brea, and while I was getting better, I went to a conference on humor, laughter, and play. I met Norman Cousins, and he became my mentor. Hold on. Where is it? Well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to just tell you the rest of the story. He became my mentor, and then through him I got a job working with the mentally ill in Santa Monica for 9 years, teaching mentally ill adults how to improvise a life beyond the stigma of their mental illness. Now, if you want to hear the rest of that story, you have to go to Shine's YouTube channel. So that's it. But you might wonder, well, where did doing stand-up get me? Where did all of that get me? It got me here, to you.